Hey, I'm Tom, and this is TRB Collectibles, where I go to yard sales, estate sales, and thrift stores. I buy items for a low price and then resell them on eBay for a decent profit. Today, we're headed back to an estate sale that was chock full of items. The best part about it, it was 50% off day. Well, let's go check out that estate sale.
Yeah, 10, 20, 30. 30 total. 20. That's as low as I can go on this. Yeah, 20 and 5. 25 so far, yes.
So I came across this three-way speaker system by TDK, and if you ever see the brand TDK, definitely look it up. The estate sale company priced it at $100, and on 50% off day, it was only $50. And for reselling, I wasn't going to make any money on it except break even. So when the right person comes along, they're going to get a great item. The next item we're about to see, the large machine with 2 reels on it, is called a reel-to-reel because you go from one tape reel to the next as a recording device. It was popular between 1940 and 1980 and has had a little bit of a resurgence. You're going to see the price tag of $55, and whether it be parted out or whole, these machines usually go for good money. The one thing is that they're very clunky and very, very heavy to deal with, so as far as shipping, they can be a little bit pricey. After I had recorded this, I went back and looked at the machine, but I found out that the price tag had 2 prices on it, the other one being $125. I had inquired with the estate sale company, and unfortunately that was the actual price, so it would have been around $60-something. For the work and effort that I had to put in, usually you have to fix a part or two because the reels run on a revolving band that usually dries out that you have to replace. So unfortunately, this just wasn't worth the time or the effort. But the person that comes across it is going to get a great reel-to-reel in great condition. The box that I'm about to look through was truly awesome. It's one of my favorite things that happens at estate sales. It was the $1 box. It's everything that they had no idea how to price it, so they threw it in this box and expect people to go through it. But a lot of people don't, but I would. So I went ahead and I sat on the floor and I went through the whole box. So coming up on the table ahead of you, you're going to see two pieces of stereo equipment wrapped in plastic, and their original boxes being under the table. They were in really excellent, almost new condition, but based on how heavy they were, unfortunately for a reseller, it just wasn't worth it. The margins were too narrow, especially for the weight of them. It would have discouraged a lot of buyers, so I went ahead and I left them alone. Welcome back. That sale was chock full of different items to look at, and the garage and that bedroom and that box was the bursting out of the seams with things to look at and go through. I really had to be very thorough. Even though it was that 50% off that I had mentioned and the last day of the sale, this estate sale company priced their items a little bit higher. As far as for me reselling them, it makes it a little bit harder. For those that are just buying it to keep, it's a good deal. For me, I really have to scavenge to find what I found today, and I wanted to share with you what I did find. The first item that you saw me pick up was when I dug through that bin in the garage underneath all those wires. One thing and one piece of advice that I want to share with you is that take the effort, take the time to really go through those bins full of wires and drawers full of buttons and bobs and things, because you never know what you might find. Sometimes you actually find the gold and the silver and the gems that you're really looking for as a reseller in those boxes and bins. And for me, I found one of them. Not an extreme gem, but a good gem for what it was, is what I was paying for it. I found an Archer 270049 audio stereo headphone controller. The nice part about it is there was a tear in the bag, but it doesn't look like the item can fit through that tear. So this item is new open box, new in package. I should be able to get $20 plus its shipping. I'm going to sit on it for a little while, but somebody will come along and pick it up. But how could you have seen this without digging? I wouldn't know. But the best part about it is I took the time to find it, and I should be rewarded in the end. And that's what you have to really do. Make sure you take the time to look through it and just don't pass over just because it's hard to dig through. But you do you at the end of the day. The next item I would find would be in the bedroom. In that large box of a whole bunch of different things. I had talked to the estate sale personnel that was there, the employee, and she had mentioned that the entire box was just the leftovers of what they didn't know what to do with, so they threw it in the box and marked it at $1. So I thought to myself, I bet you there's gems in here that I can find too. Let me take the time, and I literally sat on the floor and went through the entire box. The first item I would pull out of that box was this Phillips DVD VCR player remote. You know me and my fascination with remotes. To be very honest, I love picking up VHS DVD players, and whenever they have their remotes, they're worth more. So you always want to try to find the remotes as well, because people are looking to match the pair. Personally, I had this actual DVD remote and the actual player, so I instantly recognized it. I went ahead and I looked up the different comps. I also checked the battery compartment, which was nice and clean, because you would make sure that there shouldn't be any battery acid in there, because it could corrode and hurt the remote. Comps were a little bit all over, went between $10 and $30. I'm gonna list it on the high end. I'm gonna sit on it for a little while. Even if I run sales, I'm still gonna make money on the remote, and I'm a happy camper with that. The next item that I would pick up out of there is this Sony Car Connect Pack CPA-7. A-side, B-side. It is a cassette after all. Yes, I do know that. This would go inside of your vehicle if you do have a vehicle with a cassette player, or you have a regular stereo that has the output where you want to convert your cassette into an aux. I've sold these twice before. I usually get $10 plus the shipping, so I immediately picked it up. It was nice and clean. The next item I would pick up out of that bin is an electronic dictionary. A couple videos ago, I showed you I picked up a Franklin electronic Bible. These electronic Bibles, dictionaries, different things do quite well. This was rather unique in the fact that I wanted to test it right there and then. I pressed the button and it turned on because the battery still worked. So that worked out well. I knew it worked. I went ahead and I picked it up. The uniqueness about this one is that I haven't seen this before. This dictionary had insertable slots, so apparently you could change something on the inside. I should be able to get $20 plus the shipping on that. The next item I picked up is kind of out of season, but it is a Light Keeper Pro. It fixes light sets on traditional old school non-LED Christmas lights. You put it over the bulb, and it'll tell you if it's the bulb that's not working, because you remember if one bulb goes out, the whole strand goes out. So this would test each individual bulb. You take out the bulb, you put in the brand new bulb, and it would fix the whole set. So you didn't have to buy a whole new set of lights. During Christmas time, I should be able to get about 30. If I sell it throughout the year, I should be able to get $20 plus the shipping. So I might hold on to this until November, December, when people are looking for this item. So for those items that I picked up, I actually got charged $1 a piece. There was actually a bit of a quarrel at the front where they thought the light fixer that I picked up and the remote were not in the proper bin, and the woman that I had talked to about the bin itself said, no, I told them that it was $1. So in total, I paid $5 for all those items, and I should be able to get, as a return, $100 after fees, probably $80. So I'm a happy camper. I was excited to go. It was an exciting trip. I got to see a lot of cool items. And there was one more thing that I wanted to share with you. Not only could I make profit, but I found something that's really unique as far as what I want to share with you when you resell. That's really important, that I find, that I truly cherish, and I find it fun. I found this 25th anniversary, 1962 to 1986, New York Mets, specifically from Queens, from my hometown, 25th anniversary button. I did not look up any comps. I immediately took this button, and I knew I wanted to give it to my friend's father, who's a friend of mine, that would truly cherish an item like this, because he's a huge Mets fan. And in 1986, they won the World Series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send that over to him, because he has a passion for this team and this item. I want to make sure that I can connect it with him, because he's someone that would appreciate it. Best part about reselling is not only can you find items for yourself, but you can find them for others, and you can connect it with them, and they'd appreciate it, and it moves it forward. And that's the best part, in addition to making a little bit of side money. For myself, I look up items from the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair. I collect them. Not only are they from my hometown, but they have a great personal meaning to me. And that's really something I don't resell. That's something for my personal collection. So I'm really glad that I found this button in that box with all those other items, and I can connect it back with a person that'll really, truly appreciate it. Well, that's the video for today. If you had any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you really enjoyed the video, be sure to share it with a friend, and also click that subscribe button and that bell notification so you know when I release future videos. I appreciate you watching, and as always, my name is Tom, and this has been TRB Collectibles.